The biggest mistake you can make working with an interior designer is not telling them everything. If you don't communicate with your interior designer, with the person that you're working with, you're going to miss out. And as a result, you're going to end up with the design that doesn't work for you and a project that doesn't look like you, that doesn't reflect your lifestyle, your personality, doesn't function for you. You have to tell the designer and communicate with the designer as much as possible. I'm telling you this because it has happened to me where a client didn't want to disagree with something that I presented to them. And I presented some items. One of the items, I just happened to like this custom piece, and both partners were on board. They loved it. They liked the fact that it was American made, that it was custom to their space for their needs, and they signed on. I'm like, great, fantastic, because I happen to really like this maker, and you made beautiful pieces, and I could create something that really worked for them. Created the design, we had it made, and it was a smaller piece, and I brought it in and delivered it. And she calls me the next day, and she's like, I really don't like this piece, Risha. I want to return it. Well, as most designers, I have a no return, no refund, no credit policy, and particularly on a custom piece that's made for a home, for a particular purpose in a home. I'm like, look at what's the problem? Like, why do you want to return it? You loved it. Well, it doesn't really work. It's too big. I understand that, but we went over all these dimensions and we talked about all the pieces, elements of the piece, and you were great with it. And so I kept getting deeper and deeper. It turned out, she said, I really just don't like it. I didn't want to tell you when you presented it that I didn't like it, but I just don't like it. Now that it's here, I don't like it. I'm like, look, I'm really sorry. I didn't want to disappoint you. What was another thing she said? I didn't want to, get you upset. I'm like, oh my goodness, you are not going to get me upset over something that you don't like. When I'm creating for a client, I'm really listening to them. I'm taking in their likes, their dislikes, preferences, their needs, functionality. And what I want to do is I want to get into their mind, become them so that I can create a space that is working for them. And she just felt uncomfortable telling me that she didn't like the piece. I'm happy to get anything that works for you that I think will work within the design that you talked about. So I was like, look at, you have to communicate with me. If you don't like something, see, let me tell you don't like it. I'm not going to be upset over you not liking something. I'm going to be upset over you saying you like something and then you don't like it when it actually comes to the time. The biggest value that you can have with bringing an interior designer in is communicating exactly how you feel. And that starts with your, the first contact. Are you having a conversation with somebody who's listening? Are they paying attention? Are they repeating some of your ideas so that they make sure that they're on board, that they're in sync with you? This is so important when working with an interior designer. And it's probably the biggest mistake an interior designer can make when they don't hear you. They don't listen and they're not paying attention to all these very particular aspects of interior design that are necessary to understand in order to create the best outcome out of your project. I just reminded about this today. I received a lovely gift, very expensive gift in the mail from a vendor. And it's really a lovely gift. And I've been working with this vendor for a while. However, my assistant and I looked at it, and when I knew, if they knew me, they would know it's not my kind of gift. They know I'm vegan. This is clearly not a vegan item. And if they really want to know me and have me as a client, they should understand some of the needs, because I express it very often that the items cannot have to be cruelty free. And I'm always reminding my vendors, my trades, the people I work with, exactly the kind of designer I am. So for my vendor not to understand me makes me think, are they really listening? Or are they going to pay attention to me when I'm purchasing or getting something from them for my client? Are they really making the most of their time with me so that we can find the best possible solution to the problem? Makes me question that. You don't want to be questioned as a client that you haven't been heard. Make sure that you tell your designer important information in various aspects, because the more they understand, the better they can help you. And it makes you understand too what your needs are. It's a win-win. I'm Risha Walden. I've been in interior design for over 15 years, helping residential clients create beautiful spaces that they want to live in, be in, spend time in, and share with their friends. If you're interested in seeing another video, check it out over here.